are a U.S. citizen, or if you hold U.S. citizenship together with another country's passport, please listen carefully. Over the past few weeks, many people have been scared by headlines and social media posts claiming that the United States will end dual citizenship starting January 2026. Some people are panicking, some are afraid they will be forced to give up one passport, others worry their family abroad will be affected. Today, I want to slow this down, take a deep breath together, and explain what is really happening, what is not happening, and what you actually need to know to stay safe and informed. Welcome to Legal Focus USA. This channel exists to explain U.S. immigration law in plain language, without fear, rumors, or political noise. Everything you hear today is based on current U.S. law and how immigration rules actually work in real life. Let me say this clearly at the very beginning, because this is the most important part of this video. As of now, there is no law, no executive order, and no official U.S. government announcement that ends or bans dual citizenship in January 2026. Dual citizenship is not being canceled. U.S. citizens are not being forced to choose one nationality. If you hear someone saying that dual citizenship is ending, that information is incomplete or misleading. So why is this rumor spreading so fast, and why are so many people confused? To understand that, we need to first understand how the United States views dual citizenship and how that is different from many other countries. The United States does not officially encourage dual citizenship, but it also does not prohibit it. This has been true for decades. Under U.S. law, a person can become a U.S. citizen without automatically losing citizenship from another country, as long as the other country allows it. At the same time, a U.S. citizen can acquire another nationality later in life without losing U.S. citizenship, as long as they do not voluntarily and intentionally renounce their U.S. citizenship. That word is very important. Renounce. U.S. citizenship is only lost if a person clearly and voluntarily gives it up, usually by making a formal declaration at a U.S. embassy or consulate. Simply holding two passports does not cancel your U.S. citizenship. Now, let's talk about where the January 2026 confusion is coming from. Recently, there have been discussions, policy proposals, and legal debates about national security, foreign allegiance, public office eligibility, and voting integrity. Some of these discussions involve stricter disclosure requirements for dual citizens in specific roles, such as high-level government positions, military intelligence, or sensitive federal employment. These are not new ideas, and they do not apply to everyday citizens. Some social media posts took these discussions and turned them into alarming headlines like, "Dual citizenship will end in 2026. That is simply not accurate. Let me give you a real-life example. Maria is a U.S. citizen living in California. She was born in Mexico and became a U.S. citizen years ago. She holds both passports legally. When she heard about this rumor, she panicked. She thought she would be forced to choose one citizenship or lose benefits. After reviewing the law carefully, nothing about her status is changing. She can continue living, working, traveling, and renewing her U.S. passport as usual. Another example is Ahmed, a naturalized U.S. citizen originally from Egypt. He worried that renewing his U.S. passport in 2026 might trigger problems because of his second nationality. There is no rule like that. Passport renewals do not ask you to surrender other citizenships. So what actually could change in the future? It is possible that the U.S. government may introduce stricter rules for certain categories of people, such as individuals running for specific elected offices, applying for top-secret security clearances, or working in highly sensitive federal roles. In those cases, dual citizenship may require additional review or disclosure. But that does not mean losing citizenship, it means transparency. For everyday U.S. citizens, including immigrants, naturalized citizens, students, workers, retirees, and families, dual citizenship remains legal. Now let's talk about naturalization, because this is another area where fear spreads quickly. Some people believe that starting in 2026, new U.S. citizens will be forced to give up their original citizenship. That is not true. The U.S. naturalization oath includes a promise of loyalty to the United States, but it does not require proof that you renounced another nationality. The U.S. government does not police whether another country still considers you a citizen. What matters is your intention. If you intend to be loyal to the U.S. and follow U.S. law, you can become a citizen. Now let's address taxes, because this is where dual citizenship causes real confusion. U.S. citizens are taxed on worldwide income, even if they live abroad. That rule is not new, and it is not changing in 2026. If you are a dual citizen living outside the U.S., you may still need to file U.S. tax returns. This has nothing to do with losing citizenship. It is simply a tax obligation. Many people mistakenly think new tax enforcement equals loss of citizenship. That is not how U.S. law works. Another fear we hear often is about travel. Some people think dual citizens will be stopped at airports or forced to enter the U.S. with only one passport. The truth is this: if you are a U.S. citizen, you must enter and leave the United States using your U.S. passport. You may use your other passport to enter other countries. This has always been the rule, and it is not changing in 2026. So what should you do right now? First, do not panic. Fear spreads faster than facts online. Second, rely only on official sources or trusted legal explanations. If something truly changes, it will be announced clearly by the U.S. government, not quietly through rumors. Third, if you are a dual citizen and plan to apply for sensitive government jobs, talk to an immigration or security clearance attorney before applying. Fourth, keep your documents updated. Valid passports, accurate records, and legal compliance give you peace of mind. And finally, remember this: U.S. immigration law changes slowly. Major changes do not happen overnight, and they do not happen without clear public notice. The idea that millions of U.S. citizens would suddenly lose dual citizenship in January 2026 is simply not realistic under the U.S. legal system. I know immigration topics are emotional. They affect identity, family, and security. That's why this channel exists, to replace fear with clarity. If this explanation helped you understand the truth behind the headlines, please subscribe to Legal Focus USA. We provide calm, accurate immigration updates and legal guidance, especially when rumors create confusion. Turn on notifications so you don't miss important changes, and feel free to share this video with someone who may be worried. Thank you for trusting us with your time. Take care, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next update.